against mind effects
Okay,
and this kind of thing.
when we finished
We
last time,
can take
you
information.
all
We can
were
try to get
investigating
information
the sighting of the
where he
Firestone
knows.
Witch, and you found a
She was real.
lady with an
Why do
herbal
you
meth
know
lab.
it?
uh,
Do we
well,
have any ducks
and
around to determine whether she's a witch?
recounting the story that everyone loves about fighting
No,
the
you didn't.
guards, and
Damn.
he
Should use the
talks about
ducks.
odd jobs that he's done with you all. He's talking about poker night.
Okay,
And
and
in the last game,
valid
you had
information what we
also
can take.
encountered
What
what
kind
the
of
hell was
job
his
you
name?
usually do to come to the count,
Please.
Poppy's old
where
friend.
we came from, how long we stay in the
Yes.
town.
Uh,
Can we take somehow take this information?
um, it, through the course of listening, um, you are convinced that he is
Yeah,
convinced
this guy that
that he does
gave you
know
a
you
little bit of information,
has known you all
stories
for
and so
at
forth,
least a
where it
couple of
related to
years.
you all. And
Um,
he had also mentioned that
through some of the
the last time
stories,
he saw you,
he's
you were
talking
hiding
about
something down by Pier
the
19.
occasional odd jobs that you all have done for
There's
the
also
town.
two newcomers
Talk down a little bit
at the
about
bar in town called the Stain.
the
Lyle's might be at
collection.
Iris Hill right now.
You've done some intimidation. Um,
I think those are the main things.
Thug
Is
life.
that the guy?
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
it's thug
Man, he doesn't look
life,
nearly as
and
nasty as I thought he would.
um, Eric,
And
he's
you
like,
all
I
returned
really
to
like
town
you.
and
I
turned in
don't have
the
that many
quote
stories
unquote
about
witch
you.
to the
The count
Sleepless
always had
Agency,
your
who took
head in
her
some
away
book.
for interrogation. And well, what would you like to do now?
And you're always
How long has it been
welcome.
since we did that? I just do what I can.
Well, I think we should
And are
investigate
you going to get with
the
other
new guys
people?
that
Uh,
are working for the count. Take another and put him
yeah,
there.
it's like
More
And
leads.
2 o'clock in the
he
afternoon.
passes
And what time
around
did we turn the witch over?
Okay.
It was
I'll
roughly
let him
probably
in some
half
some
hour to an
head
hour
hits
ago.
the
Okay, so there's no point in
ground
going back because she
as
said she needed time to figure stuff
guarding
out.
the store,
What do
and
people think about going
the
to
other
Pier
people in the
19?
bar are looking over at you.
I'll put him in
Where?
the room.
I'm up
Pier
for it.
19.
The room. Okay, stay there. Put him in the bed with a bucket side. And okay, I'll go back
I
now.
guess we're going to Pier 19.
And now, guys, what do you think we should do? Okay, is that the place where we will find
To be
the
honest, I
other guy,
really
the other
don't
guys
know.
that
It's
are
where we
working?
think we might have stashed something, apparently.
Okay.
Okay,
But we don't know what.
that
Who
was
am
fun.
I missing?
Yes, I think you really enjoyed it, Leo.
Beth is on there.
uh,
Eric, Leo,
so
Poppy,
anyway,
Beth.
just to do a quick recap, he did point out that you all did stash something at
Pier
pier number
19,
19.
where a creature melted stuff before.
Yes.
There's two newcomers at the stain. Lyles is apparently okay. Still in town, likely. I'll make your way through town, down toward the dock and so forth.
So Iris Hill is our next stop.
It starts to rain heavily. Sure we want to go
Oh
after
yeah.
Lyles quite yet until we find out
And
more.
as you get down to the docks,
Yeah, good point.
You locate Pier 19, and the driving rain, you can hear it
cool.
pounding onto the
Well, that
decrepit
was
boards of
session
the
number
dock,
9.
and it sounds like out of
Yeah,
sync
it's going good.
drummers. What's that to our right? That is a beer house.
It's a what house, sorry?
It's a boathouse.
Okay, and where are we on the map?
Town map. You
Mhm.
are. That's Thrushmore. You're on the northern part of the Big Island. I'm sorry. Yeah, northern part where the arrow is pointing.
Okay.
I moved the toe.
Do we see anything around us here?
You have the boathouse, and you know the waves are lapping up against the barnacle-studded posts that hold up the dock. You see a metal pail sitting at the end of the pier.
Any people around?
Currently, no, you do not see anyone around. You can see activity on the far docks and so forth, but not on this particular one.
Oh, so if I was to like move up there and try to look under the pier, do I see anything underneath it?
You see the struts and so forth, and the water. You don't see anything under that little section right there. Say 5 foot by a 10-foot section.
I'm confused. Like, I'm trying to look the entire length of the pier underneath it from what I can see from the shoreline.
Okay. The way the pier is constructed, you don't see anything obvious hanging down.
Well, sounds like we might need to go out there on the pier, huh?
Do we have enough light here?
I mean, it's like 2 p.m., so presumably.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
2 p.m. There's a heavy rain, but you know,
Okay.
it's light enough to see.
And that look like a house. There is anyone inside? Open window?
Yes, you do see a window. Looking inside, it's you know, just what you would expect a boathouse to be. You know, there's boat parts and tools and whatnot. You don't see anyone inside, and nor do you hear anything.
Okay, Eric. Can you remember me why we are here?
We think we stashed something around here someplace, somehow, back before we lost our memory.
Okay.
Since no one else is really doing anything, if I move out to there and start walking out on the pier, do I hear anything, notice anything?
Would you like to roll a perception check? No, you do not notice anything.
Can I inspect the pier also?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay, I'll do that. Perception. Did I find anything?
No, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. you are looking on top of the pier and not underneath?
Well, I'm looking like as far over the side as I can get without falling in the water. I mean, I'll get down
Okay.
on my belly and look under and just kind of looking all along, see if I see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, I'm taking some distance here, so I will be able to see under the pier another way.
Yeah, from that distance, you're not able to detect anything like hanging from underneath the pier.
If I cast Detect Magic, and I basically look around, do a 360 sweep, looking up and down as well, vertically and or whatever the up and the down part. Do I sense any kind of magical auras around here?
Yes, you do. Coming from. Just a second. You can detect magic coming from underneath the deck where I put the token on the map.
There's something magical underneath the pier, guys. Steph, it's like right underneath you. Be careful.
I'm just moseying on over to that area.
If there was a magical trap, you might be dead now.
But I'm standing off to the side.
If it's a fireball trap, I don't think it really cares.
Can you?
Can I inspect the trap or inspect the area to look for traps?
Yes, you can. And you are not finding any type of traps on the top or the side of the pier.
Is there anything about this bucket that looks unusual?
It's just a rusty bait can. Yeah, you're probably going to have to lay down on the dock to peer underneath to get a good visual of what may be down there.
Well, Steph, is that your plan?
Yeah, I'll flop down on my belly and look underneath, see if I see anything.
Okay, you do detect, well, you don't detect, you see a bag that's been tied up to the pier up to the floor joist.
Is it readily accessible? Like, can I just crawl on the joist over there, or do I have to? Is this going to be an acrobatic thing?
Honestly, it's gonna be a bend over or lay down, bend over, and finagle it out.
Okay.
You don't actually have to crawl underneath the pier.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. I'll reach. I'll inform my compatriots what I'm doing. Then I'll reach down and attempt to untie it and pull it back above the pier so we can see what's in it.
Okay, Leo.
Okay.
Where are you on the map? From
I'm
your
here.
vantage point, you see something crawling up out of the water.
I screamed
And
to my friends. I immediately screamed to them.
Yeah, it's climbing up one of the posts on the pier.
Can I check knowledge dungeoneer or something like that?
What does it look like?
I have knowledge in Dungeoneer and Geography, Planes, and Religion.
This would probably. You see this mass of eyes, mouth, and flesh. It's got all these little mouths on them, and it's
Didn't we fight one of these once already?
Yep.
Yes, you did. And he climbs up onto the pier, and would everyone like to roll for initiative? And the monster gets to go first. Okay, he comes 5 foot, takes a 5-foot step toward Poppy. And tries to bite Poppy. And misses.
Okay, well, he's within 30 feet. I will fire up my point blank shot, and I'm going to shoot at him with my longbow. That many points of damage that he resisted partially. Rats.
Gotta love DR.
Yeah, not so much. Come on, Poppy, you can do this.
The crit didn't confirm on an 18.
I'll be right
Jesus
back.
shit.
Yep.
Quick question: why are we attacking Poppy?
Oh, did I? Oh. I rolled that on myself.
Would an 18 have confirmed a crit on the actual gibbering mouther?
No, it would not have.
Okay, can I roll some knowledge to know the nature of it? It's an outsider, it's an extraplanar creature.
Yeah, you fought one of these before, or you saw one. I can't remember if you actually fought it at the asylum or not.
I believe we only saw it outside of the asylum.
Yeah, you do know that it is an aberration.
Okay, the aberration isn't an outsider. It's not an extraplanar.
It's a dungeoneering check.
Dungeoneering check. Okay, do we have any other information that may be useful in battle?
Yeah. Yes, you do know one very important point is that Glibbering Mouther sees in all directions at once, and it cannot be flanked.
That's good.
And you also know it is immune to precision damage like sneak attacks and critical hits.
I
And
run
if
to.
it bites you, then it's going to hold on to you.
Okay.
What is Sultan fatigued by?
I just noticed that. I'd say he's no longer fatigued. Is that your move, or do you want to do a double move?
And that's a regular move.
Are you going to cast a spell or anything?
I will try to throw the spear for now.
Okay.
Miss.
Okay, so do I recall anything that helps beyond what Sultan's already thought of?
You seem to remember that it can swallow you whole, and it also has a sonic attack.
Do I? And we already said it can't be flanked, so there's no point in trying to move it or around it. That's only a minor point of me hitting it, so I think I'm going to start orating. And then take a 5-foot step back.
I need everyone to make a will save.
What kind of effect?
It's mind affecting compulsion,
Okay.
not fear.
That would be a failure.
Hey.
Poppy. Okay, Sith. Leo. And this creature starts emitting this maddening sound.
You might say he starts gibbering.
Yes. And for the next round, this sound has just assaulted you, that you are actually confused for 1 round. And Leo. And then it tries to fight Poppy. And it hits Poppy. Dealing a little bit of damage to Poppy. And Poppy, as it bites you, you're able to maneuver and jerk away from where you're able to not be grappled by its mouth.
So I have to roll a D100, is that right?
Technically, you could just roll a d4.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that too. I do nothing but babble incoherently. I guess that will be the end of my turn. Much like real life.
Absolutely. Oh, and Poppy gives a good hit. Roll a d4, Leo. And you're babbling incoherently too.
Whoa, no. He's acting normally.
Yep, when is act normal?
Oh,
You're act normal then.
so I will use my action now.
I think that's the first time I've ever used the confused effect.
One minute, 1 second. All my spells are touch. Son of a bitch. Only spears of purity.
What's your movement speed?
13, but
Is he able to move from that square to that square?
Yeah, I'll let him do it.
So, I mean, in theory, right, he could do that. And wind up there. So he could cast a spell, hold the charge, move that 30 feet, end up in that square, and then make his touch attack to release the charge.
can I?
Yes.
Oh, I will do that then. Touch. And hit. 8 damage. That's it.
I'm going to maintain my Bard Song with a move action.
Thank you for the tip.
Why do I not have like the toolbar on the map right now to do things like detarget? Does anyone else see that that's not there for some reason?
Yeah, me too. I don't see the remove target.
You're talking about at the bottom?
No, I'm talking about at the top. There's there. Why
That's
did that? Now it's
Ah.
there. When did you hide
It was
from
locked. It was locked when I shared it, and I had to unlock it and reshare it.
Oh,
Okay. So I will take a 5-foot step up and stab out at it. That's going to miss.
Okay, Leo, since you just said it would lit it up with electricity, It's going to do a full attack on you.
No, you can keep attacking Poppy. I don't care. No problem.
Miss. Got one hit, and
Holy
you got lucky. It only hit you once, and you take 2 points of damage, and you, sir, manage to shake it off.
That's good, man.
So I can act normal, right?
Sure can. And you manage a little damage to it.
Little at a time.
There's the miss.
Okay. I'll try inflict moderate wound.
You're going to have to make a defensive casting check to avoid
Nope.
triggering an attack of opportunity.
No problem. I will do that. And I hit the melee touch.
Unless you want to just give it a free attack at you. I mean, would you rather do that? It might miss.
No, I have combat casting.
Okay, so Moderate Wounds is a level 2 spell, so you need a total of 19.
So let me check here. It's concentration check. Is it a concentration check?
Yes.
So close. So close.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, but the damage I will hit him.
no, you lose the spell. It's gone.
Oh, I lose the spell.
Yep, you were so focused on not provoking an attack of opportunity that you just couldn't finish the spell successfully, and it's wasted.
Okay then.
I will maintain Bard Song, since this thing, I think this is heavy at least, but still. And then I'll stab at this thing.
Let's see. And Eric, he tries to bite you and miss.
Ah.
And you can see that, your arrow is still sticking in it. Its wound has closed.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I will try the touch again. That's it.
Alright, are you going to make a defensive casting check? Or are you going to provoke?
I don't need for touch attack. Touch of electricity isn't a spell. It's a spell like ability.
Those, if it's a spell-like ability, that still provokes.
I believe we have the same conversation last session about it. And then
Yeah.
it's
It's not.
ability.
It's not a spell-like ability. That's why. It's a
Sorry.
supernatural ability.
Yes, you can hit. Okay. When you hit attack using unarmed strike or a single claw or touch slam attack, you can apply electricity damage to it. So, that's the revelation touch of electricity.
Yeah, it's not a spell-like ability. That's the point.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to take the attack opportunity?
Who?
Or
No.
that was okay. Never mind.
Well, what I was saying
Go
is
ahead,
that
Eric.
it isn't a spell-like ability, so he doesn't provoke. If it was, he would.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sometimes the terms are
The supernatural, extraordinary, spell-like ability, and a few other things. Yes, it can be a bit pedantic at times, trying to figure out what actually does what. Anyway, I'm going to continue attacking. I maintain the bard salt. And damn, did you see that? I did 1 damage. Did you see that shit?
40 more of those, and we'll get it.
Yeah, it just kind of shrugs off Eric's attack, and it looks over at Leo. All the eyes are focusing on Leo, and it does full attack, and 1 hit.
Holy shit.
Let's see, I got a critical hit. And then 2 other hits. And Leo, this time it manages to lock onto you. And it's got 3 of its heads are just like really biting into you. And Steph, you're up.
And this thing it's medium size, right? It's like 5 feet tall or whatever.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I can't just go over there and try to pull it off him. I can still shoot at it with my arrows, though, right?
Yes, you can. I don't know if the other members of the party shared what they know about it or not.
Well, the only other thing I can do is throw a bomb. I don't want to throw a bomb in there if it's grappled onto, was it Poppy that it's globbed onto? So, no, Leo. It's not Leo. Okay. Well, in that case. Can I go in there and try to help Leo break its grapple?
You could aid him on it, presumably, and give him a +2 bonus to try to break it. But
Yeah.
that's all you'd be able to do is give him a +2 bonus.
Yeah, well, it seems better than what I've been doing because I haven't really been doing anything. Let me, I'm going to move over to here, and he's grappled, so he doesn't get an attack of opportunity, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then would I just hold my action until Leo goes and then help him?
You'd make a standard, like, combat. I think the way it would work, and I can double check this, is like you'd make a combat maneuver check against a DC 10. And if you succeed, then I think you can aid him.
Okay, I'll do that. So I need to go find my combat maneuver, and it is here. Got a 12. So in theory, Leo would get a +2 to try to break the grapple.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, I did that.
Thanks.
Come on, Leo, break that grapple.
I'll try, man.
I had
Okay.
2 good rolls, and then everything went to shit. Well, 3 good rolls, and everything went to shit.
It's a strength test to break the grapple? What says?
Combat maneuver check or escape artist, whichever is higher. Apparently, it is technically just an attack roll, not even a combat maneuver check to aid another. Seems kind of weird to think if you're aiding on the combat maneuver bonus, you'd make a combat maneuver check, but whatever.
Okay, it's combat maneuver, so C and B, combat maneuver
Mm-hmm.
base. Okay,
Yes.
I roll. I forgot to add the 2 from
Looks like it
the
was
help.
enough anyway, so.
Okay. Did free? Am I free?
Yes, you are free.
Okay, 5 would step back. Pass my turn.
And the gibbering mouth is not grappled either.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
I'm gonna let Inspire Courage drop since we don't honestly seem in this much trouble and I've already burned through a third of the uses. So I'm going to do an aid another for Poppy. So Poppy gets a +2 bonus on his next roll.
Yay.
Okay, so now that Leo's backed away, stuff hit him. It's going to try to take a bite at Steph. No.
Ah. Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna move to here, and he'll get an attack of opportunity, I guess.
And he will gladly take it.
Do you have acrobatic
Okay.
skills?
And then I'm going to toss a bomb on him. And the bomb does 8 points of damage this round.
How much next round?
Next round, it'll do 1d6 points of acid damage.
You would think by watching Die Hard, Poppy would be inspired.
I think I blew all the inspiration already.
By the way, if you're still watching it, Bruce Willis dies at the end.
Very funny, and it actually just ended.
Red is a better movie anyway.
Still have to see the sequel to that.
Red 2, it's okay. Not quite as good.
They all die at the end.
Sure, let's go with that.
I hate spoilers, but I will lie to people.
I'll try it again. So Poppy has +2. And the acid thing should be removed. You should probably put a 1-round duration on that, Sith.
I applied it.
Hmm?
I'm the one that put it on there.
Oh.
And
Okay.
So when you put it on,
okay.
when you put it on as an effect, then it automatically applies the D6 damage.
Mm-hmm. At the start of its turn.
And it tries to
It
do
looks like
a
that.
full round attack on Poppy and hit 1 time. Poppy just kind of laughs at damage.
Tee.
And you manage to shake its mouth free.
So I will throw another bomb on him. That hit?
Absolutely.
Oh, there it is. It didn't update my thing at first. Oh, there you go.
That works.
Alchemist finally earning his living.
Hey.
Okay, this thing just kind of collapses into a heap. You know, it just kind of starts like melting through the cracks and so forth and sliding up into the water. It's dead, dead, dead. And you are out of combat.
So that big M behind, I assume, is what we were hiding under the dock prior to memory loss.
Yeah, that's where you detected magic coming from. And as Step was trying to retrieve it, that's when the attack started.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Sif.
And
So, guys, where we're
Does-
going?
We're waiting to see what's in this bag.
Okay.
you managed to drag the bag out, and give me just a second. I'm looking at your character sheets. And inside of it, you find it's a little heavy, but inside of it, you find several potions. There's a potion of non-detection, a potion of protection from energy, a wand of death kill, 18 charges on that, and I'm throwing
A wand of
everything.
what?
Death kill.
Sounds like fun.
Find it.
Death Knell?
That's it. Sorry, I didn't know if the.
Still sounds like fun.
And party inventory. You're breaking up horrible. You also find there's 6 platinum pieces, 120 gold pieces. There is an Earthbreaker with a Earthbreaker +1.
Dibs.
And who does not have a +1 weapon?
I do not have a +1 weapon.
You can make longbow a +1.
Okay.
Yeah, you find a longbow in there, and as you're all finding, like the Earthbreaker, Poppy, you notice it's got your initials on it. Sith, the longbow has your initials on it. And these items feel a little familiar, but that's about it.
So remind me how to set this up as a +1 weapon.
You go. I mean, do you have a masterwork version right now?
I doubt it, because I only had enough last time to get the
Go
armor.
to the magnifying glass to the right of where it says damage and make sure the bonus is +1 and for the attack and +1 damage. If you have weapon focus, then it would be +2 for the attack bonus and then +1 on the damage bonus. If you open specialization, it'll be +2 attack and +3 damage.
I do have weapon focus.
Do you have weapon specialization?
Not yet.
What did you pick up at level 4?
Probably either power attack or improved shield dash.
How are you going to do a shield bash while holding an Earthbreaker?
Because I tried to look this up a while before actually submitting this character. I believe I can still technically hold the Earthbreaker in one hand while doing the shield dash, because I can quick draw the shield, or I can just drop the Earthbreaker and do my shield dash. Drop the Earthbreaker, quick draw my shield, and do the shield dash.
If they're both bludgeoning damage, why would you be doing the shield bash over just swinging the Earthbreaker?
Because I'm building towards shield slam, so I can do a free bull rush with the shield dash. I'm doing a character conversion, alright? Leave me alone.
I post a link for the wand.
Yeah, it's an evil thing.
Sounds like loads of fun.
Okay.
Nice one.
Are we gonna divide this stuff up now,
And,
or?
well, I divided the gold for you all.
I mean,
Who would like
when it
what?
says death knell 150 gold, is that right?
Um,
I mean, I'm getting that wand should be valued at, like, if you were doing a straight 1-to-1 conversion, of a minimum of 1620 gold pieces.
it come out of the PFRPG magic items.
That looks like the price for a death knell scroll.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it is a scroll in.
So if that's a wand with 18 charges, then it would be worth 1620. If you're assuming a 1-to-1, if you're assuming like half of wand is 50%, one charge is worth a 50th as much. If you're just doing that, so in reality, it might generally wands are thought of as being better, right? Because you don't want to allow somebody to buy a wand with 3 charges, so it might be worth more. So that's kind of like a minimum, if that's indeed what it is, a wand with 18 charges.
Okay. If you go to sell it, I've got a note on that.
All in favor of selling the evil wand that we shouldn't use and is kind of stupid to use anyway?
That would be awesome.
As long as we don't sell it to someone who's going to use it for nefarious purposes.
I don't really care. I look like I prefer the gold.
Maybe some good organization will give us money for it so they can destroy it.
We could use it to keep Poppy in line. Just saying.
You'd have to get me to negative hit points first.
I have faith.
Don't worry, Poppy.
Oh.
I know you're at negative HP. Here, let me just hit you with my wand of healing. Oh, was that the wrong wand?
Go! Sucks to be Poppy.
Oopsie daisy.
Anybody got a Scroll of Resurrection? Anybody? Hello? Oh, well. Whoa.
Fuck ones, they always look like the same.
Bringing back and do it again.
I assume you're all okay with me taking this Alchemist kit.
Yeah.
What if I want it?
Alchemist.
Wow, tough crowd.
Yeah, if anybody wants anything, just drag it out. Okay. And now that you are holding semi-familiar weapons and items and so forth, then what would you like to do?
Well, first of all, is there any, looking at the gibbering mouther, is there any way to figure out whether, like, we would have set it here to, like, stop people from grabbing shit? Is there a way to figure out, like, where it might have come from? Did it look like compelled somehow? Any ideas of what we might be able to do about that?
Really, you think it was just a opportunistic attack?
So you're saying that there's these things in the bay waters that could just happen to be there?
Yeah, that's pretty much your feeling from this one.
Okay, well, we should probably tell the detective agencies and the town people about this, then, for sure. If there could be more of these things just happening to be in the waters around town, that's pretty freaking dangerous.
Okay. So, what would you like to do?
Well, the other main thing we seem to know about, right, is the two newcomers in the bar called the Stain. Does anyone have other leads that they're wanting to check out?
Nothing that I can think of.
So how about we go to the Stain then?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
This protection from energy
Also,
potion.
since we have money again, at some point I would just for fun like to get armor spikes added to my full plate, or do I have to buy a whole new set of full plate to do that?
I'm sorry, Sheer. What'd you say?
If I wanted to add armor spikes, could I just have them added to my existing armor, or do I have to buy a whole new set of armor first?
Yeah, you can add them.
Cool beans. I'm gonna do that when we get a chance.
We can just go do that now.
Ooh, okay.
Unless somebody wants to do something else instead.
So you're going to add armor sticks?
Yeah.
Okay, you get the blacksmith, and he says that it's take him a couple hours to add them. Would you like to wait or do something?
I'd vote wait.
Okay. Couple hours pass, and you're watching the people on the street and so forth, and the blacksmith comes out and says, "Here you go. I'm all finished, and it's going to cost you X amount of gold pieces."
I think it's like 50.
Okay. And he asks if there's anything else that he can do for you, and they appreciate your business.
Well, I'm good for the time being.
Alright, now that we have that, how about we go check out the Stains thing?
Okay. And the stain on the town map is on the western side of town. You know that did you all talk to the blacksmith or I mean, did you try to gather any knowledge?
And the inn hates us. The innkeeper hates us, and just about everyone down hates us. Is that what you're asking?
Okay. You get to the stain, and it's a typical. Let's see. It's the typical kind of bar house that you've experienced many times before in your illustrious careers. And you know, there's a few people sitting around and so forth, and bartender, you know, looks up at you and says, "Can I help you?"
I'll walk over and hold a pair of gold coins and say, "We're helping the detective agency get to the bottom of some of the strange occurrences around town lately. We heard that you had a pair of newcomers staying here recently. Anything you can tell us about them?"
They keep to themselves when they're here. He's like, however, they're down most of the time.
Any idea where?
None of my business, sir. As long as they pay their rent when their rent's due. He rents out. He's got two kind of like suites that he rents out people.
Well, we might want to try to talk to them later. Can you tell us what rooms they're staying in and when they're usually back?
He kind of laughs and says, they're staying in the only rooms that I have upstairs, and they come and go at all hours. I really can't answer that.
Can I do a sense motive on him in general to see what if he's telling the truth about this and stuff?
Yeah. You think he's being truthful with you? You do know that he's being cautious what he's saying. He's a little suspicious of you.
Look, we found some kind of herb brewer, poison maker, whatever, on the coastline due to a fisherman's tips. The town's leadership's disappeared. There's confirmation that there's cults acting around town. I mean, I don't believe in the whole vanishing nonsense that Nazmeth was spewing, to be clear, but is there anything that you can tell us that might help get to the bottom of this?
This is Thrushmore, man. Rumors are, you know, kind of like our bread and butter around here. There's always been weird stuff happening, and, you know, it's just way of life. I can't really explain anything that's happening, you know. When they shuttered the fort, and, you know, rumors that our town has no official leadership, you know. One really doesn't know what to think.
Well, thank you for your time. Now, how crowded is this place right now?
There's probably 3 people there currently.
And what would be like the maximum occupancy? How big of a bar is this?
Say 50 people.
Did he break up for anyone else there?
A little, but I caught 50 people.
50? Okay. Why don't we grab a drink and sit down at a table to talk? Any objections?
No.
None here.
Like I'm
The
happy
barman
buying
might
something.
have an objection to me sitting there drinking, but I don't.
He kind of looks at Poppy and he's like, "You be careful in my bar." And you all find a table. He brings over a round of drinks. And how long do you all want to stay?
Once he's gone, I want to talk to everyone else, actually.
Okay. He's clear and you can have a private conversation.
So, apparently there's only the 2 rooms upstairs, and the people coming and going... Well, I think it's worth investigating this. I mean, Sith, do you think you might be able to get up there unnoticed and see what's going on while we're chilling down here?
You mean like stealth up there?
Yes.
I can try. Let me look at my skills here. See if I have any skills in anything.
Don't worry, I'll sing loudly to help. Stealth, stealth, stealth your way up.
I'm only +3 in stealth, but I'll give it a try.
Oh, you don't have stealth as a skill?
I have.
I do, but I just have not bought one in stealth yet.
Sultan, you have stealth trained?
Yes.
And Sultan in that case.
Yeah, he might be a better choice if he's trained in it.
Now I
Well,
have.
I'm +5 total with my mutagen.
Now that I have a meteor shirt, I don't have the penalty, so my total bonus is +6.
That's not so great either. Okay, we have nobody who can
Still better
stealth.
than me.
How
+6 is better than nothing.
How long would it take for me to, or anyone to get from where we are over to, from like the door of the inn to the upstairs section?
Probably 20, 30 seconds in a crowd.
But there's not really a crowd, right? So how fast could you move if you were just moving at a decent clip? Is it possible to definitely get there pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Sith, you know how to open locks, right? Does Leo?
No.
How about this? Why don't Sith and I go outside for a moment, and I'll make him invisible for 24 seconds, at which point he can try to make his way across the area, and we can claim if somebody asks that he went off to do an errand or something, he can get up there and try to fiddle with the lock or whatever he needs to do.
So, to be clear, I'm going up the stairs, and then I'm going to which area? What am I doing again?
Apparently there's 2 rooms up there, and that's it.
Okay, there's 2 rooms, and I'm going through the 2 rooms, and I'm looking for just anything.
Yeah, because there's 2, they're basically ciphers, right? They're 2 out-of-towners who are barely ever here, who've been staying here. We don't know who they are, we don't know their names, we don't know when they're coming back.
Okay,
But with the cultist stuff going on.
I'm going to rip through their rooms, looking for clues to their identity or what they're doing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any objections?
Yeah.
Not really.
I'll give it a try. What would the invisibility add to my
Stealth plus 20.
Okay. So let's do it.
All right. roll that critical failure.
That's non-existent skill checks. Alright, so I'm going to cast Vanish on him. He now has 24 seconds of invisibility. Presumably he comes back inside and makes his way over there. I go sit back down at the table. And presumably he's now upstairs and invisible because the bartender would have to get a 24, even if the guy rolled a 1.
I got a 41.
I don't think the bartender probably noticed him.
No, not. He might have noticed a slight breeze as you went by, but that was about it.
Are these doors locked?
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'll just pick one at random. I guess the one left. Do I need to do a disable device to try and unlock it?
Yes. And you managed to unlock it.
Okay, I'll go in. I'll close the door behind me, and then I want to inspect real quick and see if there's any sort of poor man's alarm, like a pin or something that may fall down, so I make sure it gets put back in place. If I don't see anything, then I'm gonna go through the room stealthily.
Okay. Would you like to make a perception? And no, you do not see any.
Okay. So what do I see? Is there just like a desk and a bed?
You see, the typical hotel room layout. There's a desk, a small dresser, and a bed. It's probably a 10 by 15 foot room.
Okay, I will search it quickly. Are any of the drawers in the desk locked?
No.
Okay, I'll open the drawers. I'll look for false bottoms. I'll check under the bed.
Okay. You see some personal effects. Some robes and whatnot. And just normal traveling stuff. Nothing incriminating.
Anything unique about the robes? Like, do they have any symbols or things on them?
No.
Okay. I'll listen at the door to see if I can tell if anybody's out there, and if not, I will exit this room, making sure it's locked, and then go to the next room.
Okay. You manage to. You don't hear anyone outside. You manage to get outside and relock the door without anybody seeing you. And would you like to roll disable device for the other door?
There it is.
No, I would.
I mean, he can presumably take, unless he's being rushed in some manner, right? He can even take a 20 there and take 2 minutes to work the lock.
Yeah. I'll let you open it.
Now, if he heard footsteps coming up behind him from the other people coming back, then he probably couldn't do that, but...
Right. I feel so poppy right now. Anyway, all right. So I'm going to slither in there. I'm going to do the same drill. Look for anything out of the ordinary. Anything might indicate who these people are, why they're here. And
Okay. Pretty much. You are. You find the same type of stuff. A couple of robes, shaving accessories, and so forth. However, you do manage to come across in a small bag a dose of the belladonna and a one vial of molasses paste root.
Is that one of the poisons?
Yes. And the belladonna was the mushroom.
That's a
Okay.
drug, right?
Yeah, hallucinogenic.
I will make sure that I leave them where I found them. I don't want to give any clues that I was in here. And then once I'm satisfied that I have searched everything in the room, I will, same drill, sneak out, try not to get caught, make sure the room's locked behind me, and then I will go report to my compatriots exactly what I found.
Okay, would you like to make a stealth check to sneak down the stairs?
Sure. But this is the vanishing wore off, right?
Yep.
Correct. You had literally 24 seconds, so.
Don't we have rooms at this inn?
Nope. That's
Oh.
the other end. This is the seedy end that only has 2 rooms. It's more a bar than an inn.
Oh, okay.
Apparently I trip and fall down the stairs, at which point I will jump up and act drunk.
Nice.
You trip, and you're at the bottom half of the stairs when you trip, and everyone in the bar suddenly turns and look at you, and you're acting drunk, and you want to make a bluff check?
Sure. Or not. No! Ah!
They're just
Whose stupid idea was it to send the alchemist up there anyway? Everybody knows he's a booger-eating moron.
They're still kind of looking at you suspiciously.
Why don't you just come down and sit over here, you idiot?
So anyway,
Good news, the alchemist is okay. That's all right. I'm all right. I made it.
Are we
You
all
guys
still
worry.
in the building with him?
We've been sitting at the table to provide him for cover and give him warning if the other people came back.
He was just looking for the bathroom.
I couldn't find it, so I peed in someone's room. I'm not sure whose.
I know, what if it did that far?
The bartender nods at what Poppy says, and he says, the bathrooms are downstairs in that corner.
We'll keep that in mind, thank you.
Oh, too late.
Okay, so you relay what you found, and what next?
Sounds bad to me. What do you say we go back to the detective agency and tell them what we've uncovered and see what they've uncovered?
Sounds like a plan.
Because the problem is we don't know where these 2 guys are, right? They could be back any minute. They might not be back for a day. I don't think there's a ton of point in sitting around here waiting for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine we don't know what they look like anyway, so.
Well, they'd probably be the only people who went up there, except drunk alchemists. Alright, so we go back and we talk to Ms. or Mrs. Is she married?
No, she is
Ms.
not.
Rents. Is she widowed with that outfit? She looks like a widow in mourning. I'm just saying.
She's very stern looking, and
Very depressed looking, like, I guess that's what life is.
well, right now she's a little stressed out from having to manage everything that's going on in town. And let's see. Give me just a second. Okay, as you're meandering back to The Sleepless Agency. You make it to the agency and knock on the door, and of course, they starting to know you now and let you in, and they tell you to hold on just a minute, and that they will. The hell's her name?
Rents?
Padilla. That they'll go get Mrs. Rents, and a couple minutes pass, and her and Winter come out together, and Winter runs up to you. She's very excited to see you.
Lady Winter?
Hi. How are you guys been?
Apparently, we haven't been the greatest around this town in the past.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's got to be tough finding out that you may not be who you thought you were.
Well, I don't think we thought we were anything in particular given the circumstances, so. It's not like we thought we were somebody and then were proven wrong. It's like we have no idea what's going on. For whatever that's worth.
Well, I don't know. I went from a friendly blonde gnome to a plate mail kiss reference, so speak for yourself.
You're a 65-year-old man in a cod piece, is what you're saying.
Something like that.
Any luck finding out anything from Miss Cornett earlier?
My interrogators are still at work, and they haven't reported in to me yet.
Well, we found an old stash of ours over at Tier 19, and along the same note, there apparently might be gibbering mouthers in the water around town, so you might want to tell people to stay away from the beaches that attacked us at the pier.
Oh, yes, I see you found one of our little pest problems.
You were aware?
I don't know if we have more than one, but there's been a few deaths attributed to glibbering mouther around the docks.
Well, if there was only one, then it's not going to be a problem anymore.
Oh, really? You killed it?
Yes.
Well, mostly the book reading alchemist killed it, but yes.
She looks over at Sith and says, that's impressive. And I'm so glad to hear that. And she looks at you and she's like, with everything else that's going on, this morning I had a couple of people saying that, they've seen this ghost on the streets of town. And we've had a ghost that's roamed the streets at night for the past 20 years, but, it's been years since she's been seen. Then all of a sudden, a lot of people are seeing her. And, this is just too much. What the hell is going on here?
I think that's something we'd all like to know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when you guys are out and about, if you wouldn't mind, if you happen to see a ghost, would you investigate it?
Absolutely. On a unrelated note, you mentioned that there were two newcomers who were staying at the Stain, yes?
Yes.
We discovered that they had some of the poison and hallucinogenic drugs that the Cornet was making in her cave in their room. We can't prove it's the same one and the same, but it seems very coincidental to not be the case.
She stops you for a moment and yells for one of her assistants, and the assistant comes into the room, and she relays this information to the assistant to tell the interrogators. And the assistant nods and runs out of the room real quick, and she goes, "Continue." I find that interesting, and as you said, it is a coincidence.
And that's pretty much all we were able to uncover there. The innkeeper claims to not really know anything about them or where they're from or where they go to, and says they're barely there, it seems. So, but if we're talking about cult activity, and they have stuff that seems related to the cult, it seems one of the best leads to follow up on overall.
I agree. Let me know if you find out any more about them, and I will have my agents keep an eye out for them as well. And where are my manners? It's getting late in the day. Have you all ate?
Didn't we have something to eat at the end with the beer or something? I don't know.
I imagine we would have since we were there.
Just lunch.
You all are welcome to join us for dinner.
Do we need to wear anything formal?
No. Come eat with us. And she walks you through the doors and down a hallway, and you walk into this cafeteria style area, and there's several people sitting in there eating, and she says, grab a plate and grab what you want.
I
Oh
do
boy,
so.
food.
Do we know that this food's not tainted?
No, but you don't have any reason to suspect that it would be.
On this campaign, we don't need a reason to suspect stuff.
I will let Poppy eat first, and I will watch him closely.
I will use purified food and drink before as I bring.
Wintermute, is your real name J.R.R. Martin or what? G.R.R. Martin or whatever it is?
You were right the first time.
There we go.
No, why?
I'm just saying because if you were, then us all just dying of poison that happened to be in the food is exactly what I would expect to happen.
Yeah, sorry, that got me with a mouthful of Red Bull. No, I would hold a wedding for that.
There you go.
Alright, nobody get engaged.
Oh, Winter just proposed to me, actually.
Dun dun dun.
Poppy, you notice one of the sleepless agents is just really giving you the eyeball.
Great. Why me? Don't we still have to find out what Eric did or somebody? Somebody hasn't been mentioned.
Apparently, I'm
being
just
an
a
asshole
bookworm,
yet.
so I probably did like something awful with arcane rituals or something.
So, anyway, yeah, there's plenty of food, and Plenty of beer. However, Poppy, they are keeping an eye on you. Your bar fight is well known in this town.
Oh boy.
And guys, this is a real good place. Can we take 5 minutes?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you in 5.
I need like 10, but